GG.bet seems to favor G2.
It's fast, B.
Very fast, and MBK just went for a look and he got more than he bargained for. This could be disastrous. What did Alexi B just do? The doors have swapped over and now Issa pops another head.
Okay, this is still very much game on. The CTs have somehow quelled this. I do not know how they stopped that train.
Wow.
But I know that Issa was at the forefront of it. 4 kills for him. He has just turned up.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first kill into a 2-man defense on B, but Alexi gets 1 necessary frag. Let's see if we can piece this one together. So look, they've lost 1. Great shot from Issa. He doesn't have to worry about the cross because his teammates have got it, and he's hitting every single shot he needs to. Clean.
This is why the doors are swapped around, right? So that the CTs can help from outside. And that's where Alexi got that kill, which now makes the crossfire on the site so much harder. They can't just focus on the individual, which was Issa, flanking down towards the back here. So it's fastest with Glocks, an early nade. This should just be a bit of an eco bash.
Aww.
Now OG, just for those playing at home, won the knife. They decided to start on the CT side here. So potentially having a plan in mind, being able to deal with the defaults of G2. But like we mentioned, the last time that G2 actually played this map officially was back in the CS Summit RMR event, which was before the player break. So it's been some time. And this is a map where there have been a lot of stumbles for G2 here. Coming in today, I had them as the heavy favorites. But after that train performance, I might be quickly changing my mind. So the guns are out early. Fast down middle is Kenny. He's getting to take a heads-up duel. That's a big opening, and it's not with the AWP.
I love to see Kenny picking up some flair and some aggression. This long doors push from Jax does cost him a great deal of health. And there's a wide open gap the Mantu's trying to fill with only a FAMAS and a flash. That's the job of Alexi finished off. They lined up. He nearly got them both, and Valda's there as well. Bomb loose. Kenny making sound cues he didn't need to make. Gives NBK a perfect image as to where 1 or 50% of the remaining G2 players reside. Bomb under Valda's control. NBK on the flank.
Huge flank.
Really does seem like it's got a time limit on this round here.
Timing perfect. He saw both of them. So at least a little bit of the paranoia from Valde can be removed. He was still a little worried about the doors behind him. I think he popped a molly towards it earlier. So he knows where they both are, but it's not going to make it easier. It's Hunter and Kenny. He's got the bomb. He isolates 1. That's big. The flash timing, is it good? It's a little early. Still great work from Valde. He swings into it, and Hunter goes down.
That's the 3v5.
Yeah, and they lost the first frag on the pistol, so OG's 4 vs 5 conversion starting to get a little bit of a boost, it seems. Early casualties, not a problem. Let's see this from Valda's perspective. He knew he could isolate if they were going to be hugging 2 different walls. Yeah, well, he's able to get both of them. Let's see Mantu's feeling there, feeling good, feeling frisky. We are talking about the final map of a quarterfinal at ESL One Cologne. We're going to be seeing Tech9 Armor rolling it back to 2015. Well, that was 5 years ago, nearly 6. This is madness. This game's been around a while. 8 years Counter-Strike's birthday was celebrated recently.
Well, it's fast mid to be here, it looks like. They've taken mid-control smoke to follow. Flash on Jackson, away they go.
And straight through the smoke, Alexi B collects. You can't quite believe the luck he's had there. And there's not much left of the French squad. Nice shots from Kenny, maybe. He could do something with this. With the weapon recovered, the bomb loose again. I mean, he's got time. He can basically play his own game here.
I wish he had a flash or something, a little bit of something to play with, but yeah, he's going to have to try and find 2 individual fights. It's going to be quite tricky, but at least he's got the rifle.
He can go around the world here, and that's what it looks like he's doing. So if he goes all the way back through T-spawn, decides to go back around long, he has an opportunity to flank off here. Mantu knows there are timer on this, and he's actually dropping back towards that A site now. Needs to find himself a better position to deal with this, and he is heads up. Look at this. Mantu well aware of what could come in from Kenny, and we can see Kenny just running there, knife out. It's going to be in his face.
Oh, no! He couldn't believe it either. Now that's interesting. It kind of screws Kenny though. I mean, what do you do now? 30 seconds, bombs in middle, held by both of them because Mantu's rotating and reading this perfectly. They've even got incendiaries. Gosh, this is a really against all odds. Did he just jump straight through?
Mantu just played him like a fiddle there. Obviously, he missed the shot. I think maybe he was too smart for his own good, not expecting the call to actually be right. You know, Kenny's walking in, knife out around the corner. G2 made that costly, so if we're going to look for positives on their side of things, they were able to get a couple of big kills, only leave 2 players on that OG side alive. They're having to drop guns across. You can see MBK only with the MP9 right there. And the AKs and AWPs will be out on the G2 side, but they need to start getting into this one. They can't go down with another big streak of rounds.
No way. No way, Jose. We cannot have that again. OG definitely running away with their opening start here into the full weapon round. We do say that with a pinch of salt for MBK's MP9, but weapon of choice for Long makes sense. See a touch of caution arrive into G2's gameplay here. Realizing that they cannot concede 10 rounds to open up the third map. That just is not an option. It was a reality on our second.
Okay, G2. Let's see how bad you want this, boys, because you know how much it means to them. They do all the interviews, they say the right words, but they've got to find the right moments. And that's one of them. Jax and Hunter in combination have taken a really big step towards A, but it's not done yet. You still have Alexi B, Mantu, Issa, all patrolling and roaming around Nexa. God, that was close.
Has to be careful as well, because if he does try and go for this peak, there can be a swing from 2 of the individuals close towards that mid door. So catching Alexi B off might not be as easy as it looks from his POV, and he's actually pushing forward. This will catch Nexa off guard. He's looking the wrong way. He has the bomb.
This is going to really be a disaster for Nexa. Can't believe it's Lark and Kenny at the same time was caught unawares in transition. Looks like OG are really breaking that disadvantage stat. Another round that started strong for G2 has just crumbled, evaporated, and another loose bomb with multiple targets locking it down. This is a nightmare. It's one that as they close their eyes tonight, they will be seeing if they don't turn it around quick.
Oh, Hunter. This is a very harsh reality for G2. Maybe hoping, you know, we came back a little on train, it got a little bit closer. We obviously fumbled the first half, but then you're staring at 5-0 now. And, you know, you could still be like, all right, pistols, early rounds, we're okay. But anything beyond 5, and it doesn't feel good. The way these rounds have been unraveling, Chad, it's been quite hard to watch almost.
Yeah, there've been opportunities, but the plays and the audacity coming out from some of the OG players to take what looks like risks, but are calculated because they've clearly done their homework on the way that G2 want to be approaching some of these scenarios. As soon as they cut sound and they wait for the aggression, well, OG sniff out the only other hole. And with that, they're running away with this one right here. Yes? This game has a serious tone to it, Alex. The winner of this goes through to the semi-finals, my friend, to play Heroic.
That's what I was going to say.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Glad you said it.
Don't start.
Double AWPs. Issa over towards the B bomb site with the secondary AWP. Mantu still wielding the main one, but look at this, the spread of kills right now. Everybody finding a big contribution here on that CT side. Volda had impact when he locked down Long. Issa on the pistol round. Yep. Lexi B with some big pushes.
And as an organization, OG have always been the underdogs that could. We saw that storyline unfold many times by those that founded the organization, opted to expand into Counter-Strike. Rarely came into a matchup in Dota considered to be the favorite, certainly on their run at TI. Now OG, same story. They have been doubted at every turn, and justifiably so. It seems that when the pressure's mounting and Alexi B's calling and fragging is at this level, they can get under the skin of the tier 1 opposition that is G2. Double AWPs, by the way, a dream for that Dust2 CT setup. And they're coming into Long. Valda flashed off, but she must be spotted. It looks like Mantu wants to help, and he does manage to at least try and contribute, but he's overextended there and misses his shot. Hunter's got the wide open A site, bombs on its way. NBK from CT will be locked in. A good flash to delay. And Kenny's actually thrown a smoke from Long for that CT, so NBK's about to get locked off by one smoke.
He has to play in front of it if he wants to do anything. Never mind, that was so quick. Hunter dealt with that, and the smoke didn't even land where it had to.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I can throw that one though.
Can you?
Yeah, just not to brag or anything, but I can smoke CT from Long.
Well, maybe you should get in Kenny's DMs after this and show him the lineups.
Don't do that. Hey, just in case, you know, you lost this, here's smoke.
Oh, that's just so far from the kind of person I am.
No.
Makes me uncomfortable just to talk about it.
I mean, it's the round on the board, right?
Yes.
And these long takes were something that I think you guys were talking about. This probably isn't exactly what we imagined, but I mean, it worked.
Yeah, it's normally a little bit quicker off the bat, but it's the same principle, right? You get long, you post up, your aimers, they do what they need to do. Hunter swinging in from the top side, that was clearly the final nails in the coffin of that round right there. But what we need to know is what's happened to that CT economy. So you remember me saying earlier, you know, when you're on the streak on the CT side, that your loss bonus will be at the very bottom of the barrel. So that's only $1,400 coming on through there. And that means if they want to force buy, which they probably should with this AWP in play, that it isn't going to be the best of all buys. Maybe that won't be too much of a problem, considering how some of these rounds have gone against G2 over there on Train and now within the early stages of Dust2. So you can see here, M4's double ops again, and MBK is the only one who really couldn't afford a lot. Has Kevlar, Deagle, a little bit of utility.
He's fast becoming the Sanji of OG, isn't he? Poor soul. First it was an MP9, now it's a Desert Eagle. Always having to swallow his pride for the betterment of the team. Kenny's so flashed, I can't believe he's not dead. Mantu, unwilling to re-peak, don't blame him. He's already inflicted great damage to one of the stars of the show. He's hamstrung Jordan into round 7. Now they get their long control. Okay, I'm starting to see things shaping up. They'll clear the car, they can wait, they can pause. Hunter's responsible for any CT info. It's only 2 tunnels though. Look at this, they're actually taking all of middle. Chad, you'd love it. They clear it, they call it all clear. The one unanswered question is tunnels, so Hunter has a chance here.
Oh, come on.
And now it gets awkward. MBK will sweep in. Issa 2, calling it clear. They've already called Cat clear. Everyone gathers for the long cross.
They know what's coming now. Kenny posted up. So Lexi B on the other side. Only the second AWP there with Mantu, of course. And for now, Alexi B has to fall away from this. They're already crossing the T's. Mantu? Was he going to get a little spicy? Alexi B has already finding Jax. He's got support everywhere, and they feel so confident. They know all these players are locked in towards this position. They know so much at this point. Mantu, don't...
Oh.
Wait, did he tag the one behind, or am I going mad? I'm hoping that was Issa and not him, but it's Alexi B to find the one on the bomb. And look, I've already lost my voice casting people doing jumping shots like that once before, and it didn't turn out well for the player either.
No.
So let's, let's keep it calm. Let's keep it chilled. I think I was casting with, was it Top Gun, I think, at the time?
Yeah, he did cast a game with you. That was in Cologne.
I think it was that game as well.
Yeah, that's when he had a weird tash and a goatee on the go. I don't know what he was
Handsome
thinking,
boy. Don't you dare.
I think I remember comparing calves with Top Gun at the hotel bar after.
Oh, yeah?
He likes showing off his legs, did Top Gun. And Alexi B showing off his frags, picking up that AWP and making it look like it's a natural fit for his hands. 7 again, so he has managed to start as strong as he did on Train. Sorry, Chad.
No, I just want to say the key you were bang on in the early stages was Issa clearing and sweeping and taking Hunter out of the equation. That right there took away the potency of long, and well, here we go again.
Full send. Oh, this is much pacier. Look, and they're all there. This is 5 committed, so you can't really fall away from this. This is all in.
It's about the time now, right? You need to make sure that you are starting your crawl. And they are fully flashed. I just watched 5 members get a flashbang to the dome. And here's the cross. They go dry just as the smoke plumes. It cost them 1, but looks good for G2. Finds a gap. Great work from Valda. Hunter's head. Oh, not dead, but very close. Down to 24.
God, the bomb didn't get picked up on the way over either.
Oh, gosh,
they
you're
cross
right.
and they have to now go back in, and that's horrible because Valda's there. He doesn't know where the bomb is. He does now. He's probably scratching his head, and he finds Hunter in the process, and now a 2v2. Where's Issa in all this? He's going on long.
Oh, well, he's about to win the round if he gets this right. He needs to control the spray. Oh, my God, he nearly gave him a chance. Jax to plant. Does recover the bomb in the chaos. And here's up. Clean duel for Jax required. He does win it. And Valda's full HP. Valda has done colossal work for his squad. X-ray off. We know as much as Jax does now. And that's the frag Valda needed. OG extend their lead, recover the AWP, and it is starting to get a little in the alarm bell territory. G2 starting to get a little anxious. HQ, they had the game on the big screen. Now it's everyone's watching it on their private screens. It's getting a little quiet. And great work, loving this from Valda, taking the initiative, pushing up, and Issa's flank was the nail in the coffin.
Normally G2 are the ones I attest to being super active on their CT sides, moving around, making sure the Ts can't stay comfortable. But OG are doing a great job of it here, and now that they've been able to bound themselves up to a 7-1 scoreline, you can start to see what that's doing to the players on the G2 side of things. If they keep getting the bomb down, they will be able to continue buying in this fashion. But they have to move away from long. They've tried it. Okay, Kenny there with a big opening onto Mantu. That's the equivalent on the other side of the server being taken out, but Issa still has an AWP in play. Oh!
Timing. That one favors Hunter very much so. NBK, he is going to have to start trying to take some info. He's got Issa behind him. They need something, but they're flashing and smoking him off. Ooh, okay, info.
I love the fact that Amanek even checks on that, considering we haven't really seen NBK pushing up that much. This is just what they go through. This is just the mindset that we've been seeing. Already switching things up, and A's completely clean. It's completely open.
Yeah.
CT side already posturing like they want to keep those.
Nexa has the bomb, and he's staying top mid. Nexa, hello.
Knock, knock.
What's going on? So there's been a
have no nades left.
There's been a few times where Nexa's clearly got the responsibility of holding the long push, but I also don't understand why the person with the long push responsibility is the one with the bomb on his back. It was exploited by the Alexi B mid push, if you recall. Solo watching long doors with the bomb on his back as his team had sight space. So he does arrive, and we can all calm down.
Sure, OG are a little bit baffled as well. They're like, that's been open for a while now. Where are they? What are they up to?
It's been another one of these save rounds that we were talking about. They did the same thing on Train. Remember, they lost that in a bomb site and then had 4 individuals go for a save round. It was at the tail end of the first half, which feels like a lifetime ago at this point. But it is a very wise decision because once again, OG's money back to bottom of the barrel. Holding on to these double orbs, very important. Mantu, he'll have enough money in the following to drop over a gun when he gets an AWP in play. And they won the round before where MBK only had the Deagle. That was when Issa swung through the lower dark, took down Hunter. So OG making the percentage plays right here, making sure that they're giving themselves as much as they can to be winning more CT-sided rounds. 7's great. 7 is very good. G2 have been struggling.
Yeah. I find this hard to believe that this is gateway to semifinals, right? Semifinals is huge.
I mean, we watched the video. It was a perfect scene set by Kenny S himself about what this event has meant to him and what it's kind of marked for him over the course and growth of his career.
I just don't...
Some of the highest highs and the lowest lows. This could very well be the latter if they continue down this path.
I just want to see that grit and determination, right? It's that unwillingness to bend the knee. At the moment, I've seen it from OG. I mean, they've dug deep. That Train performance, outstanding after being kind of manhandled around a fair amount. They came back and they looked exceedingly good. And I know what G2 can do. We all do. These guys are incredibly capable, but you can't deliver on the day. OG is going to take it away from you. Even prefaced all of this. Hey, Dust2 is a good map for OG. This was meant to be over in 2 if you're a G2 fan.
Hey.
However, it's a different start to this round.
Yeah, and seeing 2 smokes pulled out early by the CTs, they've actually got none. 0, zilch, nada. And 2 will hear those flashes and start to address the potential for that long cross. Smoke's obscuring his view.
Oh,
Jax just takes him out straight through the smoke. Excuse me? Now Hunter can arrive. What is that from Valda with the FAMAS? He was supposed to have a disadvantage. They'll try and get a boost off here. And it works out wonderfully. Alexi will be able to attend to this cross. Valda's gobbled up a flash. He's got no info.
Still a gap. They're flubbing basic smokes here, G2. This is very dicey.
Huge problems every single time. Alexi sits there on this long take. He's gotten away with Gandalf. Flashed. Kenny with his knife out. This. Oh, that's the end of the round. I promise I would cast that if it was exciting. It just wasn't.
So they had to throw an extra smoke to deal with the gap. Still missed it. Then nobody was worrying about the quad box. They didn't even know. Hunter would normally get both of those kills stepping out there. He's missed, and, well, maybe let's just put it down to Volda destroying it. Let's take a look at this.
Ooh, ooh.
Instantly just dominating him, and then the jumping FAMAS twice gets away with it. Kenny flashed up, taken down, and look at this. You don't see players going that ham with the Clarion.
It feels so disjointed. I look at G2 when they're strong, when they're in the, having strength, and I look back at that round. It was just bit by bit, piece by piece, no coordination. It felt like none of that cohesion, none of what we saw that made them great. Those flashes in for each other, the good smokes, these lovely trades coming out. None of that is here. None of that is present. And I hate the fact it's fallen off. They've called a little bit of a timeout in. They've tried to, maybe regain a bit of that mental focus. This is what you were asking about is, how do we get these boys back on track? Are they in the right mindset?
Okay, well, they ought for Kenny yet again. So they have another gun round. They can bite back into this here, but it needs to start now. We're on round 11. G2 haven't really shown us a lot. OG are showing us everything. Assertive. They're across the map, hitting some good shots. Individuals stepping up with multi-kills. OG are looking like the better squad.
They are. And I think I couldn't believe those words would be leaving your mouth at the start of this series. So it's testament to what we've seen, what we're learning, and what OG have been up to. Very, very rigid, very... you know, every team talks about aspiring to be a good mix of loosey-goosey and structure. OG have shown us both faces across these last two maps. We've seen the loosey-goosey. We know what Lexi B can be up to. We also know how rigid they can look, and this blue wall continues to be a threat. Mantu could get caught here. Jax is posturing for a drop, and he does get shot in the back on the way down. I can't quite believe it, but he has locked them in. With even 7 HP, they need his frag now, and they're going to get it.
Oh, great reaction.
Oh, Alexi B straight there. This is going to be a mid to B, surely, but these two players are still tucked in on the side. Issa with that orb hasn't really had much of a time to shine, but now is the moment. Down he goes. Hunter in this one. Valde quickly tries to get back into it. Nexa right there, and it's just Mantu now. That was brute force and I don't want to say a bit of luck, but it worked out. That mid to B switch up was excellent, and you saw how quickly OG was trying to just stifle that flame from ever taking light. So I don't know what Mantu can do with this, though.
What we really need to see here is some rounds strung together from G2. It can't just be one and then concede a couple more, one and then concede a couple more. We don't even have enough rounds for that to even be a possibility at this stage of the game. But they are keeping the money of OG very, very tight. Like, look at it once again. OG are not going to have enough to get a proper buy going into the next round. But I've said that twice already. It's only been hampered by 1 or 2 guns, maybe a FAMAS instead of an M4, a Deagle instead of an SMG. But they've still been able to pull it off with the low utility, with good mid-round decisions. And things have been looking fantastic. That reaction from Alexi B right there, the reason I was so happy to see it, if you let Jack stay and spawn, they have to take their time to deal with him. Meanwhile, what happens on the B site is others get isolated. Alexi B reacts immediately. He knows what it means. They isolate him before he can plant his feet. Next, they're even looking a little bit rough on the aim there on MBK, but making that frag, that was all they needed. And now they've finally posted their 3rd round on the board. So as we get back underway with round number 12, the guns are out. You can see another compromised buy. Couple of SMGs in the mix. This time around, it's 3 over towards the B bomb site, 1 towards long, 1 over towards the A ramp. Oh, they're going through this.
And Hunter was waiting for them, but he's lost his life. Oh, it's brilliant. OG, another look. Another one from the page. This time, it's aggression into the tunnels. The fake incendiary for the sound cue. Mantu's found another. G2 know that they're running out of options at this point. Kenny and Nex are up against all 5. Flashes will get you nowhere. Smoke for the plant, there's a gap. And Flick is hit. Kenny-esque. It's normally him that's breaking his wrist for the frags. He's the one to fall victim to it tonight, and NDK does collect his last one. Valde decides he'd rather see him at spawn. Issa's got an AK to choose from, an AWP to choose from, an M4. Come on, Issa. Come on, mate. There we are.
Hey.
And a second AWP likely going to be picked up. Do they want to go double AWP? Or they're happy with the AKs. Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
they feel in themselves, and they'd rather take that one-shot headshot into the CT side for these last 2.
Hatix, I'm sure how frustrating this is for G2, and my mind just instantly sees Kenny out the back of the Lanxess Arena where everyone's being picked up just in pieces. Like that image is haunting to me, and I mean, this guy, he puts his heart into these games, but nothing's coming through. It feels so flat from the entire team, not Kenny on his own.
Well, it's a B rush, so maybe this one won't be flat. Mac 10's in play. Here we go. This has to be the bailout.
MBK on the other side. Alex is down to him to hold this back. He's fallen.
Huge nade damage, and Issa did so well in the pistol. This time, a sigh of relief for G2. They have weathered the storm of the initial 2 frags. Alexi's on the flank all the way from T-spawn. If he was to get Hunter, they might start rotating Mantu and Valde to compete. If he doesn't, they probably won't. And it does look like they'll be opting for the save, so Hunter is doing exactly what his namesake suggests.
3 Mac 10s they went into that round with. Like, they've been able to pull off that kind of a round, but when they have everything they need, and I think you bang on, Lauren, they just look like they're disjointed in a lot of their approaches on these gun rounds. Flustered. OG are doing a good job of forcing these errors, but there are unforced errors as well, like miss smokes. Lexi takes down Hunter, AK to the head there. It's good that the CTs once again are holding on to these rifles. I really like what OG are being able to pull off here. I've really loved that approach. Valde dropping the fake Molotov, running on in, making their SMGs work. OG are really coming up with some innovative stuff here, and they're taking it to G2, the team who I would easily paint as the more individually skilled. And they're not looking that way whatsoever. It's just continuing to be OG setting the tone, setting the pace of this game. Now, look, It seemed very bleak, but 4 on the board for G2. If they can convert that to 5 or 6, then we start talking. Then we get in the conversation that this map can be close. But the way that we've got to this point, it's been G2 flubbing some things, OG making some great calls.
Wow, a lot
Oh, this is a read.
of a CT aggression, and Alexi just walks straight into the crosshairs. Kenny can't believe his luck. He'll be flashing for the short push. Doesn't quite catch Mantu, and that should be a... Oh, no, between the wickets. Gets a second chance. He's tagged him. He eventually gets it. I couldn't believe it. Thought Mantu might have gone away with that. Gone away with murder, and Hunter has a quick headshot. Nissa's in trouble. Smoke won't save him. Kenny needs to pull the trigger. Oh, no! He uses his shots, and Nissa does the opposite. Double kill. And it does look great for 10, but now NBK dueling long range, and it's a headshots from Jax. My goodness, we know he's precise. It comes down to a...
Oh, he didn't get the AWP.
Didn't.
Oh, they can afford it. It's all good. Nexa has 7.1k. Jax had 7k to his name as well.
Why does this feel so awkward?
That was an NBK fight.
Look at this save from Issa. He knows Kenny misses his shot, but you can see, look, just as the smoke blooms, I know where you are. The transfer's glorious. But Jax saves the day. A 1v1. He wasn't focused on the bomb. He knew if he just found the head, he didn't have to worry about any of that. You said 6 sounds reasonable. I would be in agreement there. Certainly the way in which it was found. Oh, they're doing the B call. And there's 4 long. Chad, this could be a disaster. NBK's only got a deagle. Oh, dear. They take one of their own teammates down. That's certainly far from ideal.
It's a bit of damage. It's something. You'll take that at this point. They don't really know the full picture, but Jax is going to paint it for him. Already 1 falling, and this almost post-plant leaves the 2 in middle, maybe looking for revenge. They find it too. Valde there takes his head. And now into 3v3, but look how far back they are. Still scouts, still bits and pieces, and Kenny holding on to this one. As Issa works through B tunnels. Not subtle, not quiet. Oh, you don't love to see it. I don't know what to make of that.
I think the silence is deafening. And sorted out by Nexa. Well, that's got a lot of people scratching their heads. 9-6 though. It's competitive. Let's see what the final half of this quarterfinal has to offer.
Of my mind, trying to find a story to believe. And I've been getting sick of how I'm spending all my time, searching for a way to find relief. And I can stay inside, go to sleep, but I feel like I need to let go. And I can spin a web of any story that I like, but tonight I wanna make a masterpiece. Stepped out looking like a small fire, half glass and filled with desire. Head down, but I know I can't deny it. Life is fun when you're a liar. That I've been told, I'm gonna paint a new reality. It doesn't take a lot to turn a person into gold. Yeah, I've been getting good at alchemy. And you can stay inside in the dark, but without it you never let go. And when you're done with hiding and you wanna have control, you and I can find a perfect fantasy. Stepped out looking like a small fire, half glass that filled with desire. Head down, but I know I can't deny it. Life is fun when you're a liar.
Ladies and gentlemen, Counter-Strike, it's 10 human beings. 10 human beings with the unpredictable nature that human beings bring. And my goodness, have we witnessed that today here in the quarterfinals. It's our third of 4, believe it or not. 9-6 is the third map, Dust2. I got Pansy and Sponge holding my hand through this one, rocking back and forward in my chair as I try and make sense of this. I mean, Chad, I just saw you reaching out to Jason. He doesn't understand either. Nobody understands.
I thought I'd get the best coach in North America on the phone just to see what's been going on with some of these plays, but just the aim alone is kind of leading towards G2 feeling some nerves here, where OG, they are looking like the better squad within that first half, but let's see if G2 can shrug that off and bounce back and give us a competitive second half of the last map here today.
Yes, please.
We'd like that. Let's have a beautiful game of Counter-Strike.
Let's see some Amanek
P2K.
headshots. The dude's a gamer.
All right, well, look, if you don't get it, I'm happy with next with that P2K up next. But look, thank you, Rush. You're a stunning observer. I love you dearly. Ooh, who doesn't love it is Amanek. He's just been trying to post bullets to them. And the mailman says no. Valdez right there. MBK breaks through, and it is absolutely swarmed. The T's are everywhere. OG looking hot to trot here. The 3 CTs having to play this back through have at least a couple of flashes, but what do they have to work with beyond that?
You're in Alexi's dojo now. It's the T side. I get to choose where you have to go. I get to choose what you have to react to. And so far, the B hit was overwhelming. I mean, he's going to flash him in. Next up, we need some headshots from Jackson Kenny. There's one. There's two.
Oof.
Maybe they can come back into the side. They're hitting everything. Of course they are. Now MBK, he's not going to get anything. They've actually got time.
Wait, did they pick up the kit? Wasn't that on Nexus?
No kit, 10 seconds, but I think they've got it. So that is a 2, make it 3v4 into that site. Lovely, jubbly, G2. Phenomenal stuff. Let's see that first one from Jackson. Kenny behind him. So
Great
he's watching
teamwork.
bricks. Look at that.
Holding
Just
that
when
angle
I
for him.
thought that
Wow.
we'd seen teams forget how to retake as a squad, how to clutch as a team, suddenly it's starting to come back in.
Come on, Kenny.
That's really important right there for the confidence of them to pull around like that back. The rounds that they've been winning haven't been in that fashion. It hasn't been through players doing mad things and clutches. A 3v5 retake on one of the harder bomb sites to retake in the entire game, that has to fill them with some confidence. But look at the buy from OG here. AKs, Galils, and a MAC-10. This is so potent.
Jeez. How do they have so much? It's mad. I guess the plan and what have you definitely
New loss
helps out.
bonus after pistol.
All right. You know what, Chad? It's an open-ended question. Yeah. just take it internally. Right now, Hunter's nade could be doing... Oh, my God, the double nade?
Yep.
How much? Oh!
Oof. You might kill him with a flashbang. Not today, but close enough. And now Mantu needs one clean. Adjust the aim. It's Amanek and Hunter just filling the feed. That is a confidence booster and then some. The force by no less. That is going to get under OG's skin a little.
That was some rifles, too.
Yeah, they got
Get those
exactly. Free Galil, free AK. I'll take that any day of the week. Hello?
Yep.
Ah.
Yep.
We caught this. Oh, lucky all the action was on the other side of the side. If it was a vast long play, Kenny might have been in a bit of trouble there. So now G2 are in a very good position to tie this one up at 9-9. You can see just the pistols coming out from OG.
What?
NBK has picked up
He's showing off. He's got the blaze.
the Deagle Blaze.
We all know it's slightly OP.
Yeah, I think you get an extra headshot.
I've heard that.
Would have been a body shot, but thanks to the skin, skin equals win. Now, they do get that opening pick. It shouldn't translate into anything, but they're making the right call here because, I mean, it's Amanek. He's had a sketchy few rounds. The nade is good. Beats clean kills here from Amanek, and that's 3 and 4. Lovely, keeps them out. And the wolf from the door, just MBK. And only his heroics to start the round will be prominent. 9-9, we do see G2 convert. That's the first 3 of their defense here. Let's see how MBK did that. Look at the timing. Great shots. 148 equal the trigger, so if I just do that at 1 minute 48, I'll be hitting the same kind of shot, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about timing.
They were very important kills for Amanek. He only had 5 kills before those 4, and we saw his whiff in that upper dark tunnel to close things out on map on the first half even. So it's going to be a long play.
Oh. Come on, Kenny.
He's alone. He's on a bit of a
running.
timer. Yeah, he does tuck in time, and that corner smoke does enable him to drop into pit and have the element of surprise. It'll be Mantu's responsibility. Flashes himself in, strafe in, or not. Yep, okay, we're in to the Navu set of circumstances. This is where you'll see the CT start flashing and pushing for info, but there's a timer on this. Oh, I like this. This is Counter-Strike, folks. We've got some counter here.
Where have they gone?
They're clearing tunnels. They're making sure this isn't a ruse. But look how close they are. This is contact. This is going to be real quick.
It's Nexa. It's Jax. And Kenny's still around, but it's going to be hard to hold this. The T's are already there. They've gone so far ahead of anything, and now Nexa on the push-up. You've got Issa there, you've got Alexi V. Down goes one, he needs more, he doesn't get it. Mantu staying prevalent as ever.
There are 5 smokes on A site right now, Lauren. It is a cluster duck. And now on MBK, he's done more than enough. On Goose, Mantu's there with him. They're just ripping him out of the server. G2 gets sent packing to CT spawn. Double kill for Mantu, credit where it's due. They have cash for another bite. But as a recap of the series, you can see it in the top right. 16 to 6, or 16 to 10. This is the closest we've seen these two teams in the brawl that is Dust2. Straight through the smoke was his first. Where did the second come from? Didn't get to catch it. Okay, trying to keep their mind clear, trying to maintain focus. And it is a conversation. You know, it's a lot easier to remind yourself of what's at stake when the trophy's in the center of the stage and 15,000 people are chanting your name. Much easier to keep the focus on the crosshair and the screen. Sitting at home in the same way you would playing your casual games, suddenly you're reminded there's hundreds of thousands at stake and your legacy as a team. It's hard to keep those lines parallel.
I'm with you. Very different, murky waters that they're in right now. But the T side this time switching it up. A little bit of the play up towards short here. We do see, who is it tucked in towards Goose? Jax. Way tucked over towards this way. Kenny patrolling in middle, looking for anything. A catch of a nade, it seems, comes through. As they hit the brakes slightly, down towards 1 minute. CT's playing very light towards B, very light towards middle. 3 posted towards the A side.
So much util on this OG squad. They're about to just completely carpet bomb the site. Hunter probably not going to have many options here. A flash looks good. Jax can peek on it. No, we can't anymore. The good flames, more flashes. He's avoided it though. We need Hunter to have a round. If they want to keep them at bay. Looks good for Issa. Hunter's in trouble. Bomb not down yet. Issa to Hunt. That's the headshot he's been waiting for, but that is immediately traded.
Kenny is in a horrible position. He actually found Mantu, which is incredibly surprising. Now the 1v2, Amanek so far away from being able to do anything. The pressure, they got right to the bomb site then before they could do anything on the CT side. The flashes were perfect. The pressure, excellent. OG playing a very nice game, Chad.
Well, I really think G2 are in a lot of trouble here. Just some of the decision-making that I'm seeing come out, like these flashes that are coming on over from teammates, they're not pinpoint precise like we're used to seeing. They're actually team flashing. There's a little bit off in everything they go to do. Amanek trying to swing on doors there. Should have had a freebie. He whiffs the spray. Doesn't even have an opportunity to get that kill. I think G2, look, in the oven, I think, Alex.
Yeah, stick a fork in him and all that. While we wait for this eco to conclude, and of course, if the stack becomes relevant, I will shut up. But just, you know, highlighting and backing up my Hunter absent opinion, we've got some great stats coming in that he's actually 7 and 13 in opening duels this series. So it's a surprise.
So's that.
So's that. He does get himself the kill, considering how effective Hunter is. You know, often I consider him to be the one that's the closer. He comes in and he's the one to clutch it out, get those opening 2 kills on the site after his Mac 10s have strafed on in. But this one's going to be clean. Jack with just a USP. He will be sniffed out. OG in pursuit of their 12th. You can see him. You can see him. And we are locked in. Hunter grabbed an AK and does manage to put another one in the grave. But they got so much cash. It's really nothing more than just statistics at that point. 22 rounds of play. This will be our 22nd. Issa getting the MVP for that one.
Well, look at the buy right now if it was to come through for G2. There's not enough money to get out the AWP without it being a glass cannon. Well, that's if it even gets dropped across. So I don't think we'll see an AWP coming through unless G2 want to take another save. You can see Jax is the man with the most money. Hunter, $50 shy of that. So they can't give it to Kenny without completely sacrificing anything else for themselves. They don't want to walk into the round with an M4 and nothing else. That would be probably a little bit silly. So this is a very important timeout for G2. I think the smarter play would be conceding, giving round number 13 over, going for a partial buy, just getting yourself a couple of deagles, maybe a light bit of utility, not over-investing right here and seeing if you can make this convincing. There have been some players. I mentioned Nexa coming into the quarterfinals. Such a consistent force. Right now, the bottom of the tables, only 8 kills to his name. If they've gone for the buy, this is an all-in here. If G2 don't convert this...
Oh boy. It's rare you get to see a single round of Counter-Strike determine the fate of a team in the playoffs, and well, this could be it. Hunter's just got caught out. knife out. Alexi's completely and totally taking control. This is going to be a bloodbath. This round could end already. They're just dueling, spraying wildly into the smoke, and it's all converting. Oh no, Kenny, Amanek, they're shaking their heads. What am I supposed to do with this? You've put me in a dire strait. Long lost. I cannot contain that. With an M4 and no nades, Amanek, the very same fate. They're going to have to regroup, Lauren. They're going to have to try and muster something. Even saving 2 rifles will not be enough. They need to knock a lot of these players on their ass, even in defeat, if they want to remain competitive here. And they're taking all the time they need. Alexi's calling a perfect game here. Smokes on the cross. First to bait any remaining utility. Get some info.
This could be a miss.
Yeah, that's a lot of info from Amanek. If he can...
He'll probably whiff in the back here.
Yikes from me, dog. Did have one bad miss. Kenny's not going to be making that same mistake.
I'm worried they're going to put a little bit too much into that, but no. Kenny's still posted up at this position. How do you get more than one here? You still got a smoke and a molly?
They can all just swing on him here and take the fight. They know there's no AWP in play.
I don't see how he'd be able to capitalize on this, and
Perfect.
doesn't. Stunning work from the T's to get through this cleanly. They're approaching this with really good insight as to how they can negate some of these potential problems, and Amanek nowhere near it.
And a lot of those potential problems that were initially outlined by analysts for OG was the fundamentals. It was the spacing, the trading. It wasn't there naturally. It was obviously a communication issue as well. Let's not forget some of these players were communicating in a language they weren't used to for competitive Counter-Strike. Valda primarily in Danish teams. Obviously, it's not like it's an issue for him. Same for Alexi. And so, you know, there were going to be some adaptations made. It does seem like their communication is the better in the server in this quarterfinal. The spacing certainly working out well. Good communications, hanging on to the every word that Alexi contributes.
Now to back up the fact that OG are looking better individually here, we've got a stat line coming through from SEO. Nobody other than Hunter is able to get multi-kills right now. He has 6 out of the total 13 on the side of G2. OG, on the other hand, have 21.
Multi-kill rounds.
Yes.
Jeez.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
This was the beginning of the end. And, I mean, you could see the game plan. It was just throwing bullets down long, all well spaced apart. You had to choose your targets. They found the trace of fire. Kenny can't quite believe how quickly that round was lost. I mean, in the first 15 seconds, it was a 2v5.
You know, when we were painting the picture of, you know, the mental game and how many woes G2 have had before and the fact that they lose focus. Map number 1, do we remember that? Do we remember how good that they looked? And then Train happened, 10 rounds down in a row, and now here, pedestrian mistakes.
Nex is in trouble. Can't even retreat. He's only got 3
He's got
bullets.
2 behind him. Got buddies there, I guess. Maybe try and make something of it. You've got to try something.
Three rounds away from the upset. OG, known for causing turmoil in brackets across esports. It seems they've got a potent mix capable of doing the same here in Counter-Strike and ESL One Cologne. 3 rounds. Shattering the hopes of a semi-final run for G2. Kenny, that's amazing shooting with the CZ. Oh, he even dinks another. We could be onto the upset round here. Backs against the wall, backs against the rope. The knockout blow not far from coming in. It's Issa gonna get that smoke out of his hands and try and maybe get one with this 1 HP. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me. He did get his one, but that was a quick finish. And Kenny S, phenomenal stuff on the CZ.
Hero. Absolute hero of that.
Oh.
Very important, right? And if we look at the way the pistol round was converted for G2, remember, it was a 3v5 on the B bomb site where it was Jax and Kenny to open up going in, and now Kenny again. This is phenomenal stuff here. They needed an individual to step up in this fashion. Now, here's a fun note. There was 2 multi-kills in that round just there from people not called Hunter.
Wow, we laugh through our nose at the same.
I hate us.
Yeah.
13-10 though. I don't hate this scoreline. It's got a little bit of fight to it now, and I say that very lightly. That's the first one we've seen in a while. G2 back on the buy though. Kenny with the AWP. We got the mollies down towards long in the T side. Falling back to somewhat of a default, but a pretty quick one. Look at the pace on Alexi B, and he's the one been kind of setting the tempo, setting the pace.
They're pushing long here straight away. They're going for info, the CTs. They are taking this within the first 20 seconds of the round. And if they keep going, MBK's waiting.
They are, collects a freebie. There's a second as well. G2 just put their heads on the chopping block. And the executioner, NBK, cannot believe his luck.
Oh, MBK.
Oh, wow, that was a gamble from MBK. He can mantle up, and Kenny was waiting for it. Doesn't hit the flick. In fact, it looks like he might have. Through the box and the door, he takes 2 damage off him with his AWP round.
Reasonable.
That's how the math checks out, Lauren.
338.
crunch the numbers.
Pretty bad.
Max is in
pen.
trouble.
Very much so.
Oh god, this is rough to watch. It's just systematically they're being torn, limb from limb. It feels. Kenny, how many times do we have to ask him to dig him out of a scenario here?
I don't know if this is, this might be it feels like too much to ask of him. Nice from Amanek, losing a lot of health. This is just having a game here. It's been a while since I said that. I mean, Issa at the top of the scoreboard and looking as potent as he can be on that T side. This is very promising signs for OG. And Valda, he hasn't had too much to do over on that B site, but he gets enough for the final frag. 14, we are 2 rounds away, and this one was kind of given to them. Look at that. I mean, great choice from MBK, containing that long push, a good angle. The fact he anticipated the second, pushing for that info as well. But that was the beginning of the end of round 24, and now we're at the beginning of the 25th. Oh, look at the CT buy, Lauren. It is, for lack of a better word, higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing you're going to see. Let's have a look if they can do anything with it. Kenny's still on that AWP. Got a rifle on towards Jax, and Amanek with a rifle too. The rest sitting on the SMGs.
This might be a nice read here. They have stacked 3 over towards that B bomb site, and that's what G2 are having to do with these lower buys. They have to go for gambles here, make sure they're putting the pieces in the right place. Couple nades into upper tunnels, not going to net anything. That information will go out to OG, who are doing their default, and now they're getting cat control. Alexi B waiting in the smoke. He can pivot on up and give them multiple avenues to clear this. The bomb now corralling up on Man2's back. They've got full cat control. They have enough utility to go for an A execute here, and they have to play retake. Yeah,
Hunter's push B halls. He knows everything. He spotted it. Yep, all right.
Tuck in.
Yeah, there it is. Just try and turtle the hell down. Kenny is out in the middle open, brazen, flashed up. He is in so much bloody danger. Amanek trying to keep him safe. Valda's just fallen. He is still standing, but it feels very fine, very thin margins of living here.
Lauren, this is going to be, exactly, Chad. This is going to be a disaster. They've either got to save and play for overtime or go for a retake 5v4 with no kits. Their options suck, both of them. What are you supposed to do? What's the right answer? I don't even know. Alexi Flash, they need this cleanly. He gets it while full blind. Issa's done fragging as well. Just the 2 of them. And I don't think they can make it if they try. Kenny does hit the shot, though. No time,
both
no kits.
Spawn, though. He gets on it.
Now, though. It would have to be now. Okay. They just have to stop him from defusing. It should be all said and done, and it is. Issa finds his 30th with his feet in the air, and OG find 15. They've got 3K to spare. G2 are nearly out of ESL One Cologne.
Props to OG here.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, look at that. The call to get onto the A side, but then you could see how nightmarish it was for G2. They took those gambles, as you outlined, Chad. They had to. It was all a necessity. This whole round felt like they were just following the necessity, following what was expected of them. And look at the smile. It's rare to see a Finn so animated, so enjoy that one while you can. Showing their heart on their sleeves, and a man that sentence applies to as well, feeling the other side of a quarterfinal 3rd map. Oh boy, no margin for error and no cash to splash. Lauren, they're gonna have to do the impossible.
I don't know how G2 do it. I don't know how they dig deeper now. With so little to work with, as you said, it was 3K at most, probably amongst most of them. We saw Kenny with the CZ. I mean, now they have a little more, some SMG, some bits, some pieces, and I'm just waiting for the next tragedy to strike, it feels, and OG are the conductor of most of this. They are truly at the helm, and a pacey little hit towards long. It's going to be Jax to find Valda, and it plays in Kenny even just slightly. Flash is still good. There's Kenny. Now it's his time to show up. Good work from Kenny, and the combination works well for now. Man2 could have done with that one.
Yeah, I can't believe he's still going. I mean, they've got the control. They've defended the long take.
Even though G2 are looking great in this round, they need to make sure they don't give up any kills. They need to scavenge as many of these drop weapons as they can and keep this really, really clean. The money, it's in a terrible spot. They need every gun. They need every bit of utility. They can't get milked from anything here. OG will be able to buy in the next round.
So this frag onto MBK. You can see Kenny is playing it as passively as he can justify on NBK. Great X-ray toggle. I didn't see that one coming. Neither did Kenny. Just wormed his way. And now they could even get the plant. You said they needed to do it cleanly, Chad. I'm concerned this is going to be far from clean. Man to an MBK. Smoking off short. This could get dirty.
Nexa right up close. He's hearing everything, relaying information. MBK the first to fall. It's on Mantu, and there he goes. They claw back another G2. They're not out of it yet, but every rifle, every gun needs to be picked up, recovered. Amanek, where's yours?
Get him a gun before we defuse, boys. Please get an AK for him somewhere. There were so many guns.
Did he get one?
I don't think so. They were all dropped down towards long.
There's one. There's 2 AKs. 3.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's those little touches. I mean, perhaps it does look like Nexa will be having to find himself an
I
M4.
think you got Kenny's old gun, I guess.
No,
There's a Famis in play as well. The thing is, they would have had to have dropped a gun across because one individual didn't have a lot to work with here. So once again, we will see OG with the buy coming out. Back towards long. Flashes over the top. They need to be able to stop this again, but this time it's only Kenny towards the long position. They've actually slowed this one down.
He's been on that receiving end every single time. That time, though, LXTB's taken out of middle. He's been a nuisance there, a threat, a menace, and he's been quelled, and now left on that is Issa. Not too bad himself either. He's been having a game. But finally, they take long on the tees. They're going to be looking at Pit. They're looking at everything, but look at this boost. Kenny, Jax finally made on the platform on Cat.
This is so fast. The fact that MBK just was so lackadaisical walking into the line of sight of long, they got a good read here. Kenny.
He's looking the wrong way.
Oh, I don't like this at all. He wants to do everything. Now they're coming in from long. He is there in the right time. Flushing out Issa is good. Now Kenny playing the close corner on Gandalf. Nexus caught a wild one through the smoke, and now the rotate's coming in. They start to
nice molly.
Wrap their fingers around the throats of OG in this one. Strangling out what little remains. It is only going to be Valder on that car. He could find an angle onto Kenny. That could be the snowball. Nice work from Valder. Tested and traded. Just Mantu. No real chances for this one. He will hope to try and take as many weapons away, and not today. 12 for G2.
Jax was pivotal in these last 2 rounds that they've been able to post on the board. Jax has been key. This kill right here, and then he followed through, pushing through Cat, finding another straggler. That allowed the rest of the defense to be looking towards the long position. It stopped any pressure that they thought might come through from middle. And then in the previous, when he only had an MP9, baiting with Kenny over towards that long crossfire, that's all on Jax these last 2 for the openings.
Oh, they're on peanuts. They're on pocket lint. This should be 13.
Should be clean too. You want to see that. They can't really fall foul to anything here. G2 in the scenario of no mistake time. So you should be okay in this round. Literally only Glocks. You very rarely see pure ecos. Normally someone goes a flash, maybe a deagle. No, this is nothing. Thinking up next, sir, getting towards plat. There's a little bit of threat. Oh,
Dinks are making me nervous.
No.
Okay,
we don't do this. We don't lose these rounds. We don't let them get even close. Gonna get up. Get the AWP back, get rid of Issa. We're okay.
Okay, so the AWP, Issa could drop it across if he wanted to, but it's meaning that he will only have Kevlar. Shouldn't be able to have head armor in this. So OG finally calling their first tactical timeout. Have felt very, very roomy up until this point, and there's Alexi B being cheeky, taking Kenny out of the equation. The overseeing rifle's unable to save him there. But this is another scenario where if they go for the buy here, it won't be an everything buy. It won't be what they need for a full gun round. So if Mantu can't get an AWP, and that means Issa can't get the full utility, there will be some compromises coming through somewhere if they want to go for the buy. I think because they have 2 cracks at this, the best option is go for a half buy, a little bit of light utility, pull out a pocket strat, maybe try and overrun Amanek towards B, do one of these executes we've been seeing, maybe go for a bit of a mid to B play. You've seen how busy they're keeping G2 over towards long. They're having to chomp on in. Multiple members necessary in that side of the map, even if they went for a Tech 9 rush.
But Alexi's got the best long spawn you can get.
Okay, and they've gone all in. So this is the battle on long right here.
Yeah, he's going to have to take that. He'll throw a flashbang himself. Notice he hasn't got one. His teams will do that for him. So he's straight out. Anti-flash himself. Wow, interesting. He's just going straight in. He's actually straight to the corner smoke. Certainly, but he can make it look like there's a whole lot more.
Exactly that. Everyone else is piling up short.
He's B.
Yeah.
Kenny's going to look towards short. He's going to look now.
Kenny turn. They're already up there. Kenny is so focused towards long, but this is not the problem. They are already up on the side. He's outnumbered, he's outgunned, but he's still trying to fight. And it's MBK to take him down. This is now game on. A 4v3. The T's decent position, but Jax is holding a lot of the portion of long. CT's in CT. MBK saw it.
Yeah, MBK is going to pick up the AWP. This could be the perfect weapon for the job, but Jax will remove it. Valder, Mantu, G2 can weather this storm. But Mantu can change it right here, right now. A prime position, finds the first. Hunter's gone. He'll be forced to watch as his dreams do perhaps get taken away from him. Mantu's the one to do it, though. Just has to defend this bomb. They're running out of time. Mantu! I think he might have done it. Have they got the time?
He's got a kid. It's going to be close.
Oh my God, we're still in it. We play again. Another round will be played. I can't believe it. Silence falls in the studio. Oh my goodness. It all hangs in the balance of our final round of regulation. Kenny was doing everything right, but the fact that they were swinging through those smokes, the smokes were so good, he had to be cognizant of long. Alexi drew so much attention. Okay, that was the last round. We're already into the next one. Hold your breath, hold your horses, strap yourselves in, folks. This could be it.
Is he doing it?
Look
Is
at
he
him
just
go.
going to walk mid?
An in-game leader with balls here, ladies and gentlemen. They're straight
hell,
out.
He's doing it.
Nexus
This has got
there.
some speed on this. MBK's with him. They're going for the commit on this. It's going to be a B split. They're already out in middle. I don't know if they fully commit. No, they are. Nexa in a great position. You spotted it early. Now they do.
Oh, and he's managed to get more, just two. And now the third comes in from Jax. Looks like G2 have got overtime on the mind after what was such a sketchy turn of events. OG fall, and we're off to overtime. My goodness. 16K MR3 after the break.
I fell apart when I saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness. Moment of darkness. I fell apart when I saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It's too hard, it don't come easy. I went dark, I lost it right away. And when it starts, God knows what I'll say. In my head, I had good reason. I went red so unexpectedly. I should have said that sometimes happens to me. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness. Moment of darkness. Moment of darkness. Rising out the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Oh, never let it go. These wings carry me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you have only just joined us, where the bloody hell have you been? You've been missing out on something. I wouldn't say you've been missing out on a fantastic series, but why goodness is this overtime gonna determine it all. OG, G2, MR3, everyone gets all the cash to splash they need. It is down to the fragging, down to the calling. And myself, Pansy, and Sponge are gonna be the voices that are watching this game alongside you at home.
Nexa and Co have kicked this one off with yet another gamble stack. 3 towards that B bomb site, a key to success in the tail end of the regulation.
Ooh.
So the bomb B tunnels early, Chad. That is indicative of some smoke and mirrors here, right?
It looks like they're going to go for another mid to B here, thinking that they just got unlucky against the gamble stack. They're taking short control, making sure that there's not any information.
Nexa's in exactly the same spot which dismantled the previous mid to B split.
Yes,
They
indeed.
predict it this time, maybe. I don't know. It's a hard position to work on. Hunter.
He's going to just right-click that and run. If he gets to 30 seconds, he'll just drop it regardless. They're taking their time here.
I mean, the molly's up, Cat. Like they're showing a lot towards short. I get it, but there's going to be that time limit. And then it looks like it's right about now. Issa and MBK prepare themselves. Here we go. Smoke goes in. Wall goes up. You want to go through that? I don't think so.
What? The bomb is tons. They can't really pivot A here. If I'm Alexi, I don't even know what the call is.
They have to go for the mid to B split here. They have to hope the kills fall in their
Nexa
favor.
hasn't moved for 50 seconds. He's in the right place for this.
It's time. Finally, the smokes go up in middle, but they have to go now. And I'm pretty sure there's still more smokes left on those CTs. They're bounding up middle, and again, Nexus stands tall. They ask him to hold middle. He does it just perfectly. Hunter, Nexa, it's all there. This has equated to nothing for the T's.
What a read. What a call. Putting the extra players same spots as the final round of regulation. It looks like it's translated into a win. G2 draw first blood in overtime.
It took it a bit slower there. OG in the last three out of the 4 rounds of regulation had Alexi die first. He was trying to lead by example. He was trying to get out, get that space that we were talking about in the pregame. He loves to do it, and he can really set the tone for his team. But in regulation, to close it out, he was punished. So if they default back to that now, maybe Alexi can find some magic.
So you're Nexa. You know that you've dismantled that B stack. You're off to A this round. He's got a different expectation, and he's right to have it. In eyes with Alexi as he beelines down middle. He really is leading from the front. Alexi was the first casualty of that round lost, by the way, so maybe a change of style for Alexi. He's only had 1 multi-kill round in the last 6, and that's not just Alexi, that's OG. They had 24 in the first 25. So, bit of a change up here. Multi-kills have been eluding them as the pressure has mounted, and G2 have mounted their comeback.
I like this little stack towards short almost. Jax can be played in off the back of it. If he goes unchecked, that's a really nice spot, but it's an all-in. I don't think you can make it out of that alive, if I'm honest. But Nexa are going to try and play this to perfection. 1 minute on the board. There's the molly. Now Jax gets forced away. Has to peel out of that one. But look towards long. 3 players coming up, and it's the main man, Kenny, on the other side. Time to stand and deliver.
Oh!
No! He backs away the switch up.
It's all right. With Jax is hitting shots like that, he could be in trouble, though. They're not even checking
Getting
Valda.
pincered.
Did he think it was 1? They're both going to go down. Valda. Oh, okay. Jax has got friction burns on his wrist, but he finds the head of Valda, and they know where Mantu is. 4v3. Tags onto Alexi. He's going to go down. They both do. Lined up. Knocked down. Nexa just has to find Mantu. Down to 22. This looks like it's all done. 17 for G2.
Where's this CT side been? Where's this G2 been? Where's the brick wall they've just put up around this map been?
If Mantu can find a couple here, do some damage, it doesn't even matter. We're in overtime. He's going to go down. They'll just take this away from him. They can push, they can fight, they can hunt as Mantu in the pit. He's carrying away here. He gets taken out of the equation. And Jax, he was the hero that started this for G2. He was the individual over towards long on the MP9 with the crossfire with Kenny locking things down.
Look at this one. Look at this. Okay, he did check it just in the nick of time. I thought it was a much quicker flick. Okie dokie. And this is Nexa just finishing off the round and ensuring it's his squad's just nice extra bonus kill with what the player he was looking at.
If they can go flawless here, this is such a turnaround. This game started
How did it start,
OG
Jack?
just destroying that of G2. They had their number, weren't letting them string together consecutive rounds.
They've slowed down the cross. I want to see if there's something pacey. Issa gets across the other side. They're not going pacey on this. I don't blame them for not feeling so bold, I guess, in, OT to stay alive in Cologne.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that's gone a little too far into the site, especially when you have to just post 1. A clean CT MR3, that's terrifying for the OG squad to be heading into. You could just try 3 gimmick plays, all in B, all in long. And where is Alexi's health gone? More. damage inflicted. MBK and Alexi catching nades. It seems like G2 certainly are starting to get a read for this one. Towards A they'll go. Issa trying to keep those CTs present, and he's doing a good job at that. The Vanguard smoke's being lined up. And into the crosshairs, Kenny could walk into Man2. We have the opener. That's what OG have been missing, and they're just holding down W.
Yeah, it's only Nexa holding this actively. He's tucked in towards Goose. He does have Jax on long, so he's safe from other angles. He's got to make some value of this. One's okay, the second would have been better, but MBK still stands, weathers the storm, but they are posted up in this site. The support, the relief is Valda, top mid. He succeeds against Amanek, but there's Jax right back into it.
Yeah, they can do this. Two of the best aimers in the scene, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Valda's gone too. G2 won the clean sweep in this overtime. My God, Jax, where have you been? And Man2 can still turn it all around. I love the underhand. It's close quarters AWPing. It's Hunter, and he has found the necessary frag. He's got time. He has to find the bomb. Okay. 18 for G2. And the first half of overtime. Third map of our third quarterfinal. My God, let's see that from Jax again. It looked dire. And this is the shot on the cross. Boop. Whoa.
God, as the smoke plumed.
He's been patrolling that long position. Like, he has been the key. You know, I was saying in regulation, he restarted this. There was 2 massive rounds back-to-back, and now here in overtime, he's doing it again. His aim is on point. He hasn't let this one drop. He is an older player, right? Maybe not a veteran, but he's an older boy in the team here and somebody who has stepped up in an absolutely mammoth way. 1 round for G2 now. That's all they need.
Pace, it's quick. They're going to be fast, looking towards middle. Alexi be on the other side, and he's had a roller coaster of emotions. The highs of earlier now with the just disastrous lows. And the quick flash up short. Hunter taking mad map control, but look towards B, Alex. That is a lot of T's over in those tunnels.
Okay, NBK. Okay, mate. Flashed off. Flashes slow them down. Alexi's doing good work. Heavy leg work. A smoke, and Hunter's gone too. A good advantage for OG. They need this one for survival. This is 3 frags, and a B site retake is no easy feat. This feels like essentially a 3v3. They have that extra man with that bomb ticking away. Util for the retake. Quick check. I'm seeing some util in on Issa. He will become a primary focus, and they've just smoked off tunnels, Lauren.
You can't hold back, though. You have to work this. You got to go through this. You got to make something happen with it. Kenny watching that doorway on the other side is Alexi being the man who kept this round in check. Nexa watching the tunnels. Here come the flashes. He turns them well. He spots Caesar. He dies. And now Kenny, surrounded, overwhelmed. OG stay alive.
Oh, just by the skin of their teeth. That defuse was close as well. Look how close that could have gotten. All right. Well, it's good to see that they're putting up a fight. A good hold on the door. It was Alexi's double. MBK just doing his best to draw fire. He wouldn't have been seen Amanek go down if it wasn't for the positioning of MBK. And this duel from Issa was influential. One of the 2B defenders, and it put Kenny in a tight spot. Really nice stuff. So not going to be the guarantee. Frustrations mounting. There's so much on the line here. I will remind you, this is the quarterfinals. Heroic waiting in the semifinals for the winner of this game. The loser will be forced to watch as the semifinals are played out.
G2 get 2 cracks at this. 2 opportunities to pull something off so they can change the pace. They can play whatever speed they want. And this time round, behind the guise of their Xbox smoke, it's just a slow saunter up catwalk. Bomb on the back of Nexa, leading the charge here. Jax in tow. This is a frag they need to hit.
It's a 1-for-1 trade out, but you can see already MBK posted up on this site. He is quick to get over here. The flashes are good. He's found Jax. That's a big scalp to claim.
Yeah, that's huge. Valda. Oh, he didn't catch the cross of Hunter. That was the bomb as well. He does seem to have a good idea, though. That nade could do damage. Nothing much. 3 CTs on this A site here. There's still so much time in the round. Hunter's caught in the transition. Oh, he nearly had a shot onto 2. Now Amanek, unfortunately, has just waving a flag saying, I'm on long, boys. Come and get me. I can't seem to find the shot. Double P.
Oh!
Maybe the transfer. Chad felt it coming. So did I. We're going into the final round of this overtime. It is sink or swim for OG. A second overtime for the semis, or G2 knock them on their bottom in the final round of our overtime here.
The spawns are okay for Jackson Hunter there as we get the replay of this. Great flash work on the site. Able to really stop them before they can get a foothold on A. And this is the frag that I thought if Alexi moved a couple more there, Amanek may have had the better of him. But this gives the long spawns. They might go with this. They might go on the quick play. Smoke over towards the corner. Flash to follow. It's just one going out. It's just Jax, the aim star.
He's been so influential, burning and fragged. Of course, it's Alexi B who draws first blood. We know the correlation. When his name's in the feed favorably,
They're going mid to B.
They are. Issa and MBK to be tested again. There's 3 players still stacked on long. Great notice, Lauren. This could be a disaster. The CTs
So
are
far
about to
away.
be tested.
Yeah, MBK's isolated, has to smoke out the molly. He's playing up close. Amanek in the tunnels. Issa knows there are enemies at the gate. He needs help. Where's the support here? They're being held back by the smokes, and that's about it. Once these fade, the T's are right there. MBK goes down. Issa's gone down.
Alexi's flanking fast, Dark.
Where's
Oh,
Alexi?
Kenny's not ready for it. You're absolutely right, Chad. He's just sitting there with his knife out. Alexi again having the influence. It's still not easy. It's still not fun. They have got some util. The comms have to be so crispy here. Smoke's good. Will enable them to... They're double stacking the bricks. Are you kidding me?
Amanek's not going to move. Head down. He's not giving anything away until now. Peekaboo. Heartbreak there, but now 1v1. Octa doing everything he can to win right here, right now.
2 HP in it, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get closer than that. We're off to the semis.